All right. So this is how to set up your morning routine so you feel proactive and energized every day without waking up early, feeling like it's a chore, and getting distracted too easily. Hey guys, this is Leon, and just put this presentation together for you guys. Sorry for the delay. Let's get started. So, who is this for? This is for people if you are feeling overwhelmed in the mornings. Um, if your mornings end up frustrating you because you don't have enough time to do things that you wanted to do, or you think you're missing out something in the morning because other people are doing things and you feel like maybe you're missing out, this might be for you. So, why are morning routines so important right now? Morning routines they allow you to become proactive versus reactive, especially with social media threatening us more and more by taking our attention away from the things that um, we want to do in our lives. So it can also set your foundational mood for the day. So some people say that they're happier, that they're more focused, inspired, more present, more energized throughout the day. So you can also ask yourself, what if every morning you treated it as if it was your birthday? How would your day go? How would you take things that happen to you? Would you be more positive? Would you take it? Would you not even notice it? These are good questions to ask yourself. Um, Also, it exchanges short term dopamine for long term rewards. So things start to compound over time with morning routines. So you'll be surprised by your own creative output over time. So, like bit by bit, you can work on your projects, and then after a certain amount of time, you'll be like, whoa, I made that. So you can work on yourself and your own personal projects before you start working on your other responsibilities like your job or family and stuff like that. So why listen to me? In 2014, I got in my best athletic and mental state in around 6 months. That's a picture of me on the right. Um, it's the best shape I ever got in my life. I was doing jujitsu 3, 4 times a week. I was doing intermittent fasting. I went deep into personal development. It was a time where I was my peak self, and I feel like I rooted it all back to morning routines. And now I'm starting to get back on track on that, and I'm condensing all my lessons regarding my morning routines. And coming from like an engineering and analytical mind, I like to break things down in the simplest forms. So I'm just putting this all together for you so you can recreate it as well. And for me, for my future reference. So the basic challenges to overcome when it comes to morning routines is, well, for me personally, is I took it too seriously. So we need to redefine the morning routines for them to become enjoyable. There's a lot of pressure to commit also, but don't put too much pressure on yourself and just realize that you can just try again. We can become easily distracted, so we need to set the scene. Sometimes you feel like you don't have enough time, so we have to set our boundaries. And in some cases, you're not sure what routine to pick, and I'll help you choose your plan on what to do. So now we'll go through each of these things. First is to redefine your morning. So, what does a morning routine mean to you? So, this is very important because you can watch all the people online share what their morning routines are, but in the end, what really matters is what it means to you. Why do you want to practice a morning routine? This is the most important question of this whole like thing that I'm sharing right now. So, uh, at the end of this, maybe you'll have a better answer. But right now, I'll try and keep this in the back of your mind. So we need to why do we need to redefine your mornings? So these are some examples of what it's not. It's not a time for your chores, and it's not a time to stress you out. What mornings could be for you, and it's a time for you. It's to benefit you now and in the future. It's to prep your mind for your day, no matter what gets thrown at you. And it's the time of day where you have the most attention and focus in the morning. And keep in mind that you're not forced to do anything in particular in the mornings. So take everything that I'm giving you, and you don't need to apply anything that I say, but like take a few ideas here and there, and then you can implement it on your own. The biggest thing to keep in mind here is that mornings are for you. It's not for anyone else. It's not for your partner, not for uh, your job, but like it's keep it for you. And right now, you can list 5 tiny things you already enjoy doing for you at home. So it could be making your favorite cup of coffee, putting on your favorite shirt, sitting at your desk looking outside, enjoying the view, reading a few nonfiction books, or read a few pages. You can read your favorite inspirational quotes. You can journal. Those are tiny little things that you could do. All right, so after we define the morning, now we need to set the scene. So why do we set the scene? Because distractions are everywhere. Your phone, your devices, they all have notifications nowadays, and they suck your attention away. So also same thing in regards to having a messy room or area. So cleaning in the morning isn't the optimal use of your most like brain alert time. So to reduce your chances of getting sucked into your devices or into cleaning chores, we need to set the scene. So my biggest tip here is to go physical as opposed to digital. So if you want to read something or you want to go over a document or a book or whatever, it's either to print it or handwrite the checklist, um, or have the physical copy on like the physical book or on a Kindle, for example. You can also clear your designated area. So you can have a place only for the objects that you need that serve you. So like if you're going to journal, like have your notebook, notepad, and a pen or two. That's it. Like don't put anything else that might distract you or anything. You can have things that inspire you and stuff, but nothing more than that. Next up, we're going to talk about setting your boundaries. Why should we set boundaries? You guarantee a block of time designated for your mornings. It's your private and sacred time, and it allows you to know your flexibility on how you can do your morning routines. Well, people often protect their money, but seem to be more careless about their time. So um, try and be mindful of your time. It's the most precious asset that we have, and yeah, just be more conscious of this throughout this, like in your mornings. So in order to start doing that, you need to find your start and end times. So my biggest tip here is to calculate backwards. So find the absolute times you can fit in your routine. So it starts the night before. So like when do you sleep? How much sleep do you need? So the start time calculation example on the right side here. So my bedtime, for example, is at 11, and my sleep length is around 7 to 8 hours. So I can wake up at 7, and I should be okay technically. um, Next up is to find your end time. So to find your end time, like when do you start your workday? How much time do you need to prep once you're at work? What's your commute time with or without traffic? How much time do you need to prepare before you leave? So like pack your lunch, get dressed, stuff like that. So on the example on the right side, so let's say my work, I typically start at 10. It takes me around 10 minutes to get ready once I'm at work and be ready to go. My commute is around 12 to 25 minutes, depending on the traffic on that day. So I'm using like the most time, so 25 minutes. It takes me around 15 minutes to get ready, to get dressed and pack my lunch, and to get to my car and to clean it if there's snow here in Montreal. Maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So I leave at around 9 to get ready for work at 10. So in this example, my start time would be at 7 a.m. and I would have to end my morning routine at 9 a.m. Absolutely. So my opportunity, I have a maximum of 2 hours that I can dedicate to my morning routine. So go through this exercise yourself and calculate it for you, and then you'll know like your absolute boundaries. some days you might not have the luxury of having the full 2 hours, for example. So I got this idea from Dexter Abraham. He calls this the ABC level system. So you can plan ahead for emergencies. So plan A would be if you have all the time at your disposal. So you go full out with everything that you want to do in your morning routine. Plan B is if you're limited on time, so you strict only to the most critical things that you need for that day. And plan C is when there's an emergency and there's maybe 1 to 5 minute routine that you could do just so you can set up your day still with all the things that you have in mind about what you want to focus on, what you want to be aligned with. So think of it that way. So like what's the absolute like critical plan? If everything is like the worst day, what are the things that you absolutely want to review? So ABC, make different lists like that. That could be a workaround for days that that are for emergencies. So planning ahead is a good thing to do. Next up, which is the biggest part, is to choose your activities. So why choose your activities? So this is going to give you lots of choice. So you'll have a buffet of options to choose from in terms of what to select for your activities. And it can excite you from the night before. So it can help you to look forward to the mornings. And it can give you ideas to create your own stuff. So once again, you do not need to do any of what I mentioned here. These are just my recommendations and these have worked for me. So here are my top activities with the most impact. First up, mental health. So to build clarity with your current self, I recommend meditating. So you can sit still or lay down for a few moments and just be. I really like the Art of Doing Nothing thread by Naval on Twitter, and I particularly like this tweet. He says, "In an age of mental gluttony, meditation is fasting for the mind. Before paying a therapist to listen to you, listen to yourself. Before clearing your inbox, clear your mind." As I really recommend going through the Art of Doing Nothing by Naval, and it explains a bit deeper on how to go about meditating, where you just don't do anything, you just sit there and just be there for a few moments with yourself. The other thing that you could do that I recommend is to journal. So something that Brian and Carrie from Eliminate Your Limits, they talk about review your language. So this is basically where you spend 5 minutes journaling your thoughts and emotions, and you're not being grateful, you're not writing down your goals, you don't spin anything to a more positive slant, and you don't lie to yourself. You just dictate what you hear and feel. So it's basically, what do I say to myself in my head? You're just writing those thoughts down. They also mentioned you cannot outgoal set an unsuccessful mindset. So writing down your thoughts and emotions on paper is a really like meditative, like journaling type of thing to do. And it's actually very relaxing, and it just like brain dumps your mind on paper. It also allows you to like think clear as well about your problems or the things that are going on in your life. You'll get way more clarity. Another technique you can use is something called morning pages. This I got from Julia Cameron from The Artist's Way. So she basically says it's 3 pages of longhand writing where it's a stream of consciousness writing. There's no wrong way to do morning pages. They are about anything and everything that crosses your mind, and it helps clear your mind and consciousness for clarity to your day. And these morning pages are for your eyes only. So morning pages provoke, clarify, comfort, cajole, however you say that, prioritize, and synchronize the day at hand. So do not overthink morning pages. Just put 3 pages of anything on the page and then do 3 more pages tomorrow. I've tried this for several weeks in a row, and it's very, very useful. Similar to how Brian and Carrie talk about the review your language. This one is more about 3 pages of longhand writing, and it just flows, and it's really easy. Another thing you could do for your future self is to review your direction, which Brian and Carrie also recommend, is basically to go over where you'd like to be headed. So you could just go over your list of uh, the direction that you want to be headed towards. Another thing you can do for your future self is to have a vision board, so you can decide like a visual aid of how you want your life to be or how you want it to look like. So you can put like your dream car, your dream house, like the location that you want to live at, the things that you want. I put AirPods at some point in mine. I put kettlebells and stuff. So yeah, it's a good thing to like review or just look at in the morning, just to set your brain to like go towards those things. It's really cool. And then you can update that as you get those as well, like when those become a reality. Another thing you can do is to read quotes or advice, and I use Readwise. It's basically a tool that allows you to highlight. Uh, well, it takes the highlights that you do from your Kindle and it puts them all in one place, and then you can review them at random, and you can set it to remind you of the highlights that you find useful, so you'll be reminded of them, which is pretty awesome. And also, I really like to go over Kikich's credo, which I'll show you in a moment. So for Kikich's credo, um, oh wait, no, for Readwise, I put a screenshot here of what it looks like. So you'll go through like a quote, and then you can say discard or or like keep, and it's going to keep reminding you of that quote like randomly in the future. So for Kekich's credos, it's basically this. On the following pages are Kekich credos, which consists of 100 success secrets that my good friend Dave Kekich wrote and compiled as a result of his life experiences. They're priceless. Reading and applying them every day will give you insight, clarity, and a positive effect in every aspect of your life, from your business to your personal life. From Joe Polish, who is awesome. So here are some. I'm not going to read all of these, but I just put some of my favorites. So one of them, number 13, protect your downside. The upside will take care of itself. Cut your losses short. Let your profits run. This takes tremendous discipline. Um, 17, life operates in reverse action to entropy. Therefore, the universe is hostile to life. Progress is a continued effort to swim against the stream. I'll pick another one. Number 28, keep an active mind and continue to grow intellectually. You either grow or regress. Nothing stands still. Ask daily, am I growing or regressing? So these are just like little reminders that I like to read over every day. Um, I don't read all of them, just maybe a few, and then that's that. So it could be something that can help you with your direction that you go with your life, that things that you want to apply or things that inspire you. Okay, next category is physical health. So I like to stretch to ensure I take care of my body in a tiny way every day. I remember watching a documentary about centennials, people who are like in their over 100 years old, and some of them still have like daily habits that they do. And for me, I thought that, hey, I want to be mobile by the time I'm that age. So I took it as like a really long term thing that I want to do and start doing now, is to just stretch every morning. So that's my biggest takeaway for that. Anyway, for next time, you can do like a workout. So ideally you do it at home, or if there's an outdoor gym area in like your neighborhood, you can go to that, or you can do yoga at home. Um, a quick workout in the morning just to get the blood flow going. A quick walk can also work for mental and physical health. And the change of environment does wonders to recharge you and to just like spark uh, a good start of the day. And the closer you are to the start time of your morning routine to go on your walk, the better it is, because then like all of your senses become active during that time. Another thing for physical health that you could do in the morning is brush your teeth and floss, because I have neglected flossing for a long time. Personal projects. So this is for your fulfillment. So you can turn that someday project live. I don't know who said this, but they said happy people have projects. And that aligns with me so much. I've been trying to turn a lot of things that I do into projects, and it just makes it more fun to do. Like this presentation, I just turned it into a project, and I just putting it out there now. So with the personal projects, you use your peak brain power time of the day to dedicate to your project. So it could be your side hustle. It could be like your moonshot idea you've been playing around with in your head for the longest time. Maybe you don't have any time to do it after work. So the morning, during your morning routine, it could be like 10 minutes doing research on it, or like half an hour, or something really small in the morning. But like as long as you're moving the needle forward, that's what counts. And over time, it's going to compound. It could be planning your next trip or a party, or it could be any kind of like content creation too that you do. Like for me, it was this working on this project like every morning or and every night. You might also um, ask yourself, which order do I do these in? I've been following this the morning from Miracle Morning. This is called Savers by Hal Elrod. So So SAVERS is like an acronym. So the first one is silence, to appreciate being in the moment, and then affirmations, to confirm your limitless potential inside of you. I'm not going to go in depth on what affirmations are, but it's basically things that you tell yourself that you are, to that like that you're limitless, or like something about yourself that you want to embody. V is for visualize, so achieving your goals, being in the process of achieving the goals. Uh, E is for exercise, to get the blood flowing, stretch, body weight workout. R is for reading, so to learn something to improve yourself, even if just for a few sentences, like we've done before. And scribe. Scribe is for like journaling, brain dump, gratitude, reflect on the past, how far you've gotten so far. And then you can make your own order. Play around with what works best for you. These are not set in stone. Try them out. Maybe you prefer to journal first, then go for a walk. It's up to you. Play around with it however you like, but as long as um, you enjoy it. And if you miss a day on your morning routine, don't beat yourself up. You can try again the next day, and don't compare yourself to others. Just because I have a morning routine doesn't mean that you should have one, or or yours should be the same. Uh, pick pick your pick whatever you want. And if you do miss a day, review why did you miss it. Were you avoiding it? If some activities aren't fun, replace or remove them altogether. Maybe the timing wasn't right, so you need to rearrange things, or it was just like a unique like life event, or something happened in your life that was just unique for that day. So be flexible. There's no pressure for morning routines. Even if it isn't a perfect day, or even not every day, as long as you do a tiny thing that moves the needle for you, this is what counts. So do something for you every morning, like we said before. You don't need to do all these things. You, like, and then you can simplify it for impact. So there's no set rules. You can make your own. This is not an ideal route. This is an ideal route. There is an ideal routine for you. So all these are just ideas. It doesn't mean that there's a specific way to do it for you, but play around with them, and then you'll see what works best. And it could be one thing every morning. That could be enough. And look for small wins, and then you'll get momentum that way. And every day can be different. It doesn't need to be the same every single day. I've been changing things up. I've been doing kettlebells one day, and then working on this the other day, then reading the other, stretching the other. So like switch it around. It's fine. And now the opportunity. When you redefine your morning, you'll realize that they are for you. When you set the scene, you get distracted way less and complete more morning routines. When you set your boundaries, get ready to experience the most fun appointments you'll set for yourself. When you choose your activities, get ready to get reconnected with your core self and be mindful of how you treat yourself. So, having said all this, what will you implement from this for your next morning routine? I'd like to hear more about what you guys are going to do. So, some potential challenges when implementing this: tracking your streak. It isn't necessarily necessary to track every single day that you do, but it can help build momentum and to like encourage you. but it can lead to stress about missing a day. But like I said before, it's okay to miss a day. Don't beat yourself up. Just keep going. Doing it alone can seem scary. You might want to have like an accountability buddy or to share your lessons along the way as well. You can feel free to message me on Twitter, and yeah, happy to be an accountability buddy for anyone. If you don't know where to start, pick the smallest thing right now and then just get moving on that. For more like presentations like this, you can sign up to my newsletter. I think I'll be doing more of these in the future. My plan this year is to do more of these sort of presentations where I show you technical things like this about morning routines, about personal development, anything that I'm curious about. You can find my newsletter in the link in my bio on Twitter at Leon Benj, and then there's a link there for Hashnode, and then there should be a newsletter sign up sheet there. Awesome. So if you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, what's your biggest takeaway, please share them with me by commenting on Twitter or just reaching out to me. And here are some other recommended reading and resources for you that will be updated. I'll put this on my blog. So there's a book from Brian Grasso, who's with Brian and Carey, Mindset Matters Most. There's the thread from Naval doing the morning pages, Miracle Morning, Kekich's Credo, and the Readwise tool. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this, and I appreciate your time. Take care, and good luck with your morning routines.